All right, we should be on. We good to go.
Okay.
Come over here and start this computer up. Hope everybody doing all right this evening. Give me a second, just trying to get everything together. And I'm going to start in just a second with the Queen of Love. We gonna be
I'm
good.
excited. I'm trying to get this watch party going on my end too.
Hey, how y'all doing? This your guy, Mississippi Vibes with Bert. I'm back again. Got a wonderful show tonight. I got the Queen of Love. She's the matchmaker. She gonna put you in the best position to help you succeed in a successful, a thriving, a moving relationship. But first of all, I
Absolutely.
want to let you know. I want to thank everybody who came out to the virtual grand opening I had, and just give me a. I'm gonna give a second, give a little spiel. When we talking about dating and love, it's you got to be prepared for that situation. A lot of people wants to be involved in a relationship, wants to have a mate, wants to be in different situations. But a lot of us, and when I'm saying this, I'm speaking about myself. I wasn't prepared mentally, physically, or anything to be with a woman.
Mm,
Back in my time, I wasn't mentally um, in that position. I didn't respect myself. So there's no way possible that should have been trying to be in a relationship because I wasn't there. So to get there with a person, you have to be mentally ready to be in a relationship. You have to be mentally prepared to look yourself in the mirror and see what adjustments that I need to make in life and why do I continue to have failed relationships? It's a lot of people go in different relationships. They say, "Oh, I'm not changing. He or she gonna accept me for who I am." Come on now, let's
right.
be real about this. If you was to look at yourself in the mirror, you wouldn't accept yourself. You didn't.
Mm.
You don't even find yourself attractive. So how can that man feel that way about you? But hey, it is what it is, and it's a great thing that we're here today. I got the Queen of
Yeah.
Love with me,
Hello,
and she
everybody.
has. I'm gonna let her tell you about what she has going on and how she's going to be able to help you. So I'm gonna turn it over to the Queen of Love and let her jump into her.
Okay. So hello, everyone. My name is Chi. I am a certified matchmaker. I'm also a dating specialist. So I specialize in helping singles find love again. And I'm really passionate about what I do, and I'm really glad to be here. um, I'm really, I'm really dedicated to helping singles grow. I always tell them that sometimes you have to go through it to grow through it. So I'm all about being open, honest, and raw, and having those real conversations that lead to real change in their dating life. So thank you so much for having me, Bert. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, thank you. So what's how can people contact you? Let's put that out there.
Okay,
Let's put that
absolutely.
out there. Also so people can contact you because we gonna bring some people some love back tonight. Next week
All
Monday we
right.
gonna start. Y'all need to hit up her website, call her up after she give y'all her information. We gonna go from there.
Okay, absolutely. So, in order to get in contact with me, you can, if you'd like, go ahead and send me an email if you're comfortable with emailing. My email address for that type of correspondence is fun and love with chi at gmail.com. That's fun and love with chi at gmail.com. If you want to check out my website, which is what I highly recommend, it has all the information about my products and my services. You can go to N as in Nancy, Y as in Yankee, A as in Apple. That's NYA, loveanddating.com. So that's loveanddating.com, NYA loveanddating.com. That is the best way to reach me, and it will give you all the information that you need, any questions that you're seeking. But if you do still find yourself having questions, there is a contact page that you can hit as well, and you can ask me anything you want. Generally, me or one of my specialists will get back to you.
Right, you got it. Hit her up. Let's get going. Check this out, Queen of Love. So why did you decide to become a matchmaker,
That's a great
a
question.
dating, specialist? Why did you get in that game?
So I wanted to give back, right? I had been through a lot in my life. I've dated, I've been hurt before. I've been betrayed too. I've been in relationships that lasted longer than they should have. And I wanted to show people that that does not have to be the end, right? A lot of people after a failed marriage or a really bad relationship, they become jaded, which is rightfully so. No, but I tried to challenge people to kind of get out of that realm of hurt and move past the pain, right? You cannot live in a situation of despair based upon how you were treated in the past. You have to learn how to pick up the pieces and move forward. And for a lot of people, it's easier said than done. So I exist because I want people to be able to have that hope again and just to try, because you never know until you try. I'm just here to reinstill that hope and that faith that they lost.
Why do why you think people lose hope?
For
From
several reasons, many of which, it's bad relationships, them choosing the wrong partner over and over and over again, and then wondering where they went wrong, or not feeling like they were good enough, or not feeling like they were worthy, right? There are several reasons why people lose faith in relationships and love along the way, but I'm here to remind them of who they are and that they have so much to give. It just has to be with the right person. It just has to be with the right person.
okay,
Looks like we have somebody that tuned in.
yeah, we got Brian in. Welcome.
Yeah.
So, what makes you the go-to person when you decided that you was going to start your business? To help people. What has built up in your mind and what your clients have told you? What makes you feel that that you're the go-to person to help a
So,
person find love and their match?
right. So I believe that everyone has someone that gets them. Like when it comes to matchmaking, there's going to be different matchmakers that may appeal to you or what have you. But I take a more direct approach. I'm not afraid to talk about the hard stuff. I want to know about your past. I want to talk about mental health, any issues, any struggles you had. And my prices are really competitive compared to other matchmakers out there in the area and beyond. My prices are really competitive. I care about the person in front of me, and I want to do my very best to help them grow, right? When it comes to love. I feel that I'm really dedicated. I'm really passionate about what I do, and I care. I genuinely and truly care.
Right.
This is more of a partnership, right? I don't want you to feel like you're alone in this world when it comes to dating. It's rough out there for a lot of people, and there's been a lot of people that have been struggling for years trying to find someone compatible to build with. So I will always, always, always do my very best to ensure that I'm doing right by you. Knowing what your deal breakers are and knowing what you've been through, my hope is that I can find you someone that matches your wavelength, right? Someone that you can truly connect with, both mind, spirit, body, and soul. And not everybody chooses to go as deep as I do, and that's okay. But that's what I want to do, and that's the type of business I want to run. And so far, it's been working out really well for me. So I'm grateful for that.
Okay, so as the matchmaker, the queen of love, when what kind of scale do you use to determine if two people, okay, I gotta connect. We'll go with this. I'm going to contact Miss So and So. I'm going to contact Mister So and So. What type of scale you use to make that final decision that you have that match?
That's a great question. So, the first step, and I always tell everyone, is a matchmaking consultation, right? So, we talk for an hour, talking for an hour about your dislikes, your likes, your turn ons, your turn offs, deal breakers, things that no matter what I send your way, you will absolutely not take this person. I have to know, right? I have to know. I want to talk to you about where your heart is, how you're feeling. Also, the love language test, that's really important So my goal is to always match you with someone that shares the same top three, at least two out of the top three love languages that you have, right? It's important to know how people receive love and how people give love. And when you put those two together and you make sure that you have a couple that is both willing to do the work, and you have this gentleman over here and this female over here, or what have you, if you just put those together and you focus on what they're both looking for, their long-term goals, kids, that's a big topic when it comes to dating. Kids, do you want kids? Do you
You
have
better talk about it. You better
kids?
tell it now.
Right. So once you put all those things together, once you're able to put all those things together, it usually yields a beautiful result, right? But it does take time to form these relationships. It takes time to build these connections. That's where I come in. That's where I come in, because sometimes I can help connect you to someone you probably would have never looked twice at, right?
Right.
Because you know you're so used to picking a certain type. So that's
That,
how
that
I do my matchmaking. Yeah.
that's something that I always was caught up, what had me confused, to a certain level of this type thing, you know. But have you ever came across a client that was some gun hold on not dating a certain person, and you be like, "Come on now, you need to stop."
um, so yes and no. I mean, my thing is that one thing I know for sure is that people have their preferences, right? People think they know exactly what they want, but they realize there's so much more to what they're asking for.
Right.
So I try to set, and I always do set realistic expectations, right? For instance, and this is not to be rude, but this is me just being real. If you are a woman or a male that is more chunkier, for instance, but you want someone with a six pack, realistically speaking, that's going to be kind of hard to find, right? Because you want someone that is in shape and fit, but you're not. When there's really good people, really good people that you could be highly compatible with, that may
Right.
be more chunky or more than average or curvy or what have you. People need
Right.
to really get out of their heads, get out of like just looking with their eyes and see into their heart. And that's what I'm there to remind people of.
Right.
So yeah, I have people that have unrealistic expectations, but I have no issues telling them that they have unrealistic expectations. Like,
Right.
I hear you, but let's be realistic here. Let's talk about matters of the heart. How about how they treat you? How about how they communicate? Right? Those are the factors we need to be concerned about. And once I take that into consideration, they start to warm up like, oh, you know what, you're right. You're right. Okay. I know I'm right. Because
Right.
if you're looking for a one night stand, you can find that anywhere practically, maybe,
Right.
but if you're looking for a long-term thing, like let's make sure that, everything aligns. Everything aligns. So
One thing I didn't like, I hate. I don't know how long ago it started, but I hate when women describe themselves as, "Oh, I'm a beautiful plus size woman." Why you just can't be a beautiful woman?
well, no, okay, well, here's the thing though, because they know that we live in a very superficial society. So if you're on a dating site, or if you're describing yourself to someone that has not met you yet, I do think it's important to talk about your body shape, because you don't want them to say, "Oh, you didn't tell me." Okay, well, this is just a part of who I am, but yes, you do need to know, because some people will use that to judge you, but you want to focus on the ones that won't, the ones
But
that
do I
see.
need to? But Queen Love, do I need to come out and make sure that's my header? That I'm
Not
a
necessarily, but you want to make sure that the people that are attracted to all of you, right?
right,
So it doesn't have to be a header, so to speak, but make sure it's addressed, right? You don't want anyone feeling like you blindsided them, or why didn't you tell me? Because some people can be that way, but you want to attract those people that care about you and all of you. That's the goal for every single person out there. They want to be seen for everything that they are, physically, mentally, and emotionally.
does finances play any role in your matching your clients?
It does. It does. There are certain clients that want their partner to reach a certain financial state. Average household income is this something that I ask my clients and potential clients, like, what is your average household income? And if they're not comfortable giving me that answer, they can give me a range. That's fine. But there are clients that do want to date someone that they feel is financially stable.
Gotcha. What's your top three reason you feel people haven't found their ideal mate?
Top three reasons. So see, that's a great question, but it's so broad, right? Because people have different reasons why they haven't found anyone. Some people have stopped looking, Some people have just completely given up, right? They've had, oh, well, my breakup was so horrible that I just don't think I could ever love again, or I'll never get married again. My marriage was so bad. I'm never doing this again, right? Not knowing that their happily ever after can be right around the corner. You don't know. So if we're talking about top three reasons, though, the most common one is fear, the fear of rejection. People are afraid to put themselves out there. That's a very common reason as to why people haven't found the one for them, right? The second most common reason I would say is projection. People are blaming, oh, well, every man is going to be this way because this man was that way. And I just know that this is how men are. Oh, every single woman I've ever dated always has a bad attitude. All women have bad attitudes. What? What? It's a misconception based upon who you've dated in the past. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. People need to stop bleeding on others. Their wounds haven't healed, so they just keep bleeding on everyone else. Heal that
Right.
wound if you need to, but
Right.
stop, please, in the name of God, stop
Right.
blaming your past relationships and how other people acted, and stop bringing that into your next situation,
Right.
right?
Right.
Nobody wants to feel like they're paying for someone else's mistakes. And both men and women do it all the time. So I just help people try to get out of that mind frame. Just because they did this doesn't mean this person in front of you is going to do the same thing. You got to be open minded to meeting somebody new and seeing how they act. Treat someone for who they are, not for your past experiences that you had with other people. So those are two of them. Another one, the third one I would say is people just not being ready. Like they have excuses, or, oh, I'm too busy, or I don't believe it exists, when it does. You just haven't put in the work to find one, or you just given up. You just given up. So what I encourage everyone to do is open up your mind, open up your heart, and open up your soul. Sometimes I get it. It's hard. It's scary. I understand, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible.
Okay. We got the Queen of Love here. If you are looking to be matched with your forever love, as they say, make sure you hit my girl up. She will
Yes,
be
I would love to assist you.
she will be giving out her information again, how you can contact her. She's been in the game a while, a long time. She does her work. She's not just here to get your money and put you with somebody that you know that she's feel or that well, after she match y'all up, understand you got to put in the work yourself too now. She just,
So
she done did
you
her
got to,
part. She done did all the
right.
pre-screening for you. She has done everything that a lot of corporate people or business people feel that they don't have time to do. That's what she does for you. So, don't go out and mess up what she has put together, then come back and try to blame the Queen of Love. We ain't gonna do it like that. So check this out. We're gonna get back into this. What type of clients are you not looking to work with?
So I'm not looking to work with people that don't really know what they want, like have an idea of what you want and what you're looking for. I get that there's been different circumstances and relationships that we've had that kind of shape our idea of what we're looking for, but just truly sit there and be honest with yourself about what you truly want and desire. Do not tell me that you're looking to get married if you have no desire at all to get married. Don't tell me that you're open to have kids if you really don't want to have children, right? Because the criteria that you share with me, that's what I'm going to use to pair you with someone. And I want to make sure this is something that can last a lifetime. That is always the goal,
Right.
right? Now, there are no guarantees when it comes to love. I always say that we're all just shooting the dice and playing our cards and just hoping to hit the jackpot. That's truly what it is. But if you can open up your mind, your heart, and soul and truly be present and be honest with yourself about what you want and what you need in a partner, you're the type of client I want. I do not want anyone who's going to be dishonest. I don't have time to listen to you be dishonest with yourself or myself. If you are looking for a hookup or one night stand, that's not what I'm trying to set you up for. That is not my goal at all. I really want long standing relationships. So I want to work with people that know themselves, that are ready to do the work, and that are open and receptive. That's who I want to
Don't
work with.
bring all your baggage to her and thinking she can fix that
I mean,
suitcase.
I'll work with you though. I work. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Everybody has back. No, that's the thing, Bert. Everyone
But
has
when
baggage.
yeah, let me say this. Don't come with no 18 wheeler of trash and dump it, you know what I'm saying, and thinking, this miracle is going to happen. Like I stated in the opening, let's look in the mirror. Let's soul search and it's okay to spend time with yourself to
It is.
get back to self-respect, self-love, some self-dignity. Let's
Mhm.
do all that, and let's move into a different, you know, direction. But it's good. So I think you stated this earlier, but we'll go back over. How can outside influences deter damage certain potential match? Because and when I'm asking this question, it's like I can come to you, I'm paying you for your services, but I'm hollering at my boys in the background and they feed me some other things and my mind, you know, is getting shook.
Right.
So my attention is not really 100%, on you. So how can outside influences, mess up a potential match?
So I believe that outside influences are always going to be there. They've been there before when people were single. They've been there when the people were in a relationship. People were committed, married. They're always going to be there. You have to decide what it is that you truly want and try to turn a blind eye to all that. Right? Just focus on what the end goal is. You don't if your boys that are have never been married and have just been in and out of situationships with women their whole lives, they're probably not the best ones to give you relationship advice, right?
Right.
You don't want to emulate that. So my best advice is just, even your boys, your girls, whatever, if they're not saying anything that's going to help you grow, that is leading into the direction of marriage and something stable that you are desiring, you really just have to tune them out. And maybe you just need some new friends, really, because you want people that are going to level up with you. People are going to empower you, inspire you, help you move forward. But if you have people that are always that are still playing the game in this day and age, well into the 30s, 40s, 50s, and above, then what are you doing? Like, be careful of the people that you surround yourself with, because who you surround yourself with can definitely play a major role in how you think and how you behave. You just have to be strong enough and be willing enough to do the work and ignore those distractions and people that aren't really for anything. Because they're not for anything. They're sitting there doing the same thing. They're
Right.
complaining about their dating life,
Right.
but their actions aren't equaling to what they want. If they really want a marriage, but they're over here talking to multiple people at the same time with no intention of getting to know them deeper, but only trying to get into their pants, women can be guilty of this too. It's not just men. It's not just men, right? Then that's not nothing that's going to serve you and what your end goal is. So on the topic of outside influences, you have to decide that this is something that you want for yourself, right? Regardless of anything else that's going on in your life. And you focus and you do the work and you get there. That's it.
I have a question for you from
Yeah.
Miss Veronica Outlaw. She wants to know how long you been in the business, and do you follow the couples after they are matched, and how many matched couples ever married?
Okay. So I launched my business in February. So I just started. Now, as you all know, COVID kind of picked up end of February, mid March. So I haven't had a chance to reach out to as many couples as I would like. However, my database is constantly growing. And I do have somebody that I set up before I even received my matchmaking certification that are currently together. If you want, what I would advise is looking at my reviews. It just gives you more of a sense of who I am and what I do. I'm really passionate about it. So right now, I would say there's been about 2 or 3 couples that I have set up that are currently still together, but that's me just launching in February. Now, if COVID never happened, I'm sure it'd be a lot more, but I have to be realistic about where I'm at. Now, the thing is, my database, though, is constantly growing. I'm offering matchmaking consultations. I do tend to follow couples a little bit after the initial connection is made, but I kind of want to let it blossom naturally. My motto is your natural connections, right? My honest intentions, your natural connections. I don't want to keep trying to push you two together. Once that connection is made and you two are vibing, I let nature take its course and to see where you guys go. But I'm always available. Should they have any questions, they know they can reach out to me because I want to see them grow. And that is a great question, though. I do recommend checking out my website, nyaloveanddating.com. That's N as in Nancy, Y as in Yankee, A as in Apple. That will tell you all the information you need to know. And then you can select the reviews tab and you can go through and read through all the reviews to attest to what I do and how passionate I am about what I do. So thank you so much for that question. I do appreciate that.
Thank you, Miss Outlaw.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
So you launching in February. Congratulations. I know
You.
COVID has been, to a lot of people, besides, the different death that I had experienced in 2020, from different people, my best friend to some cousins, close people, people losing their mother,
Right.
father, but 2020, has been wonderful to me. I would not, I'm not going to lie, like it hasn't been. Same thing for you. But before you actually launched, before your certification came about, you have been planning on doing this, and this has been a passion of yours.
Yeah, it
So
has.
when did it start tinkling your heart to, this is my lane, this is my niche in life. This is what I'm going for.
Okay, so I would say the very first time I realized that this is something I wanted to do was fifth grade. I used to play this game with my classmates called Mash. I don't know if you remember it, but it's an old school game, but you basically would set up using, like, it's a piece of origami. It's a piece of paper that you fold into four sections and mashed it for either mansion, apartment, shack, or house. And you would get to choose if you were going to end up in a mansion, if you're going to end up with Jack or Peter or John or what have you. And I would always play this game with my friends and they'd be tired of playing it. But after like the 17th time, I'm still like, let's play MASH again. Let's see who you're going to end up with. So I realized at an early age that I love talking about dating and relationships and marriage. It was exciting for me. And that just carried the way through middle school and then onto high school and then college. I had a lot of interesting relationships myself. I had a lot of people coming to me for relationship advice, both men and women, and then just telling me how happy they were with the advice that I gave them. And it's something that gave me a lot of hope for society, a lot of hope for love and for other people. So that's kind of where I started. That's when I realized I truly love doing this for people. And I'm so glad that I did. And I decided to follow my dreams because it's been the best decision I've ever made in my life. This is the way I want to serve people, right? When it comes to love and dating and helping them navigate the ups and downs. I love it.
So when your guy come, you go use the same criteria.
So I have an active, very happy dating life currently.
Okay,
I'm
man.
just
Okay. So did you? So once again, when he came to the Queen of Love, you know, did you did you use that same scale, or you just or what?
so so
Yeah, come on, let us know. I know I have some partners out there that's watching you. They've been hitting me up saying, you beautiful and everything. I'm glad we
thank you.
put
I
that out
appreciate
there because
that.
they probably finna get ready to hit your website, but
Yeah, no, I have a very happy dating life, but I'm currently dating. Yes, I'm currently dating, and
what's
I
the
use it.
definition of dating? See, dating, I think a lot of people, let's break this down
We
because
can break it down. I'm fine with that. I have
my
nothing to hide.
my thing is now I'm going to be honest. I had put this out there, but in a lot of cases, I wasn't living by it. Years ago, I just don't believe you can date several people at one time and actually get to know someone. I don't think you can do that
Okay,
if you seriously want to potential find that one. I know with me, my mind is not that good, so trying to remember your color and her favorite color and her food and what moves her life, that's a I used to be able to juggle that, but
right.
as I got older and different things I can't. So when dating, what is dating to you and to the ladies' eyes? I got some guys that want to know. You say dating, that means we got 5, 10 guys you talking to at one time, or
Not five, not five.
two.
I honestly, I could talk about myself all day, but people, when they come to me, it's because they want help with my services, right? They need help with their dating life. So what the most people that come to me, they're looking for my help with how they can navigate their dating situation. But if you really want to talk about me and my situation, we can, but
Yeah,
I
I
want to
just
talk
want to know. I just want to know your opinion. Personally.
about,
When we talking about dating, what is the cutoff number? If it is a cutoff number in dating, or it's just, hey, if Jim come, Tim, Chico and Cedric, and I'm just going to, when does it be that, okay, I have five now, I'm just gonna work with juggle these five to see in a game of elimination, right? Because we get into a game of
yeah,
competition.
in a sense. So, okay, here's the truth though. Dating is different for everyone, right? What I tell people is do whatever feels right for you. Just be open and honest with the people that you're dating and be open and honest with yourself, period. That's it. Because for me, I wouldn't say it's wise to put all your eggs in one basket. That's not me. I don't personally feel that way. No. I feel like it's okay for you to be dating more than one person as long as you have an understanding. Now, when it starts getting deeper and you want to have something more exclusive, that's where that conversation comes to be, right? Like cuz for instance, there's people that will contact me and they'll say, "You know what? Currently I'm getting to know other people, but I really want something serious," right? And then what will happen is over the course of time, those other people that weren't as serious about where they're headed, that didn't really want marriage, will kind of fall off, right? But then the ones that were serious about it, they keep heading in that direction together, right? You have to date to know exactly if it's going to be an everlasting thing. You have to get to know your person and your partner, right? Because there's going to be certain things that happen over the course of time is going to make you say, you know what? I don't think that's a good fit for me long term, or you just don't align with the things that I have in my mind for what I want in a happily ever after, right? But some of that can't be determined until you know. Like you have to start dating. You have to take that step and start dating. But as far as two, three, four, five people, that looks different to everyone. That looks different to everyone. But I do encourage people to keep their options open until you are in something committed. That's what I say.
So that's what I'm saying. We got options open, but committed with whom? If it's three on the table, I mean, so it's just a a course of elimination, huh? That's how
It
it
is though
goes
for
out there
everybody
now.
though. Yes, because I promise you, if you start off talking to two, three, four people, and then at four you're like, you know what, I just want to keep it where it is. Someone like you that might not work for it. You might want to just focus on courting one woman at a time. That's okay.
No, I'm
But
I'm 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 off the circuit, so it's I'm not.
oh, okay. Well, I'm saying, okay. Well, when you were telling me that you're forgetful, right? Someone who's
Right.
forgetful, I would not advise them dating more than one person. Like it just doesn't work for you. But if there's a woman who is highly successful, she knows what she wants, and she has a couple of options, continue to date those men until one of them wants to be exclusive with you. That is okay. The same thing with men. Just be open and honest. Don't have them thinking you're the only person that they're talking to or they're getting to know. Be open, be honest, be truthful to the person that you are dating. Make sure that you are both on the same page with things because that's how people get hurt by not understanding where this is going. Like, is it going somewhere? Am I the only one you're talking to? Answer those questions and be open and honest about it. That's my suggestion, if
Wow.
that makes
Okay.
sense.
Right. This Mississippi Vibes with Bird. I have the Queen of Love. She has a very lucrative business that's going. We need to support her. She go once again let you know about how to contact her, how to book her service, a free consultation. She's out there helping the black. I mean, I'm not. She's out there helping people get
But
matched, get
I do
matched.
prioritize my community though. I
Right.
love
And
black singles.
okay, then, yeah, we trying to get this black love back together. We try
Yeah,
just
I
trying to. Y'all need it, women. Y'all need to get everything together. Quit playing. There's a lot of men out there that's ready. Y'all been playing with these men's, and
both been playing with each other. Men and women, you both be playing sometimes. That's
nah, men
okay.
ready. Men are ready.
Not
We
all of them.
are ready.
Not all of them.
Yeah, my brothers are ready out there. You know what I'm saying? So my brothers are ready, fellas.
Okay.
I got you. I know y'all ready. And it's just y'all be playing them games with the guys, and the guys they ready to settle down and have a family.
I think both men and women are ready. They just got to come to me so I can put them together. I'm here for it. I
Right.
just, I don't think people realize how short life is, right? You blink and you're in your 50s and 60s and still lonely because you're still upset from a breakup or a marriage that ended 10 years ago, 10, 15, 20 years ago sometimes, right? You owe it to yourself to find that happiness. You owe it to yourself to move forward, right? Work on yourself if you need to, but don't give up on your happily ever after, especially if it's something that you truly want and desire for yourself,
Right.
right? You just it's difficult to pick up the pieces, but it's so worth it. And I always say that.
Oh,
Not
I
the
know
only
what you
person that's
mean.
been
I
hurt.
know what you mean. I have,
Right.
yeah, I've been fighting a long time. I was a disaster, a while ago, and I had to get myself together and understand, the mistakes I made, and to make
Mhm.
sure I get, my family back together so we can.
I can't hear you that much
I
anymore.
said, can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go. I can hear you a
Yeah,
lot better.
my bad. I said, I was a disaster myself, so I had to go into a closet and really evaluate myself and understand the damage that I brought, to my family, and I had to reconstruct myself, and I had to get in line with what God had for me so I can come out the mud and regain and put everything back together, because I felt that it was my job. I destroyed my the situation. So it was my job to fix, to come out and to be, the best man that I could be. So,
Right.
I understand exactly what you're saying. I didn't want to be one of those cats that was 50, 60, what I'm saying, and 70 years old, and yeah, still vibrant, living a good life, but at the same time, you lonely inside.
Yeah.
You
And it
lonely
does
inside.
sometimes, and sometimes it's not even your fault. Sometimes you were in a very committed relationship where you thought it was going to lead to marriage. You thought that they were being open and honest to you. And then you figured out that you were getting played or they were betraying you the whole time. So I get people's reasons for not wanting to try again, but you cannot allow that pain to stop you from having a better future. There's so much happiness that can exist with learning to let go and move forward. It's difficult, but a lot of people struggle with this. A lot of people are stuck in that mindset of, I've been hurt. I get that. A lot of people have been hurt. I've been hurt too. But I'm over here preaching about love and dating and relationships because I believe it's
Right.
possible. But sometimes you do have to do that work on yourself. And that's the thing, Bert. Like the fact that you realized that early on and started making the adjustment that you needed to make to be
No,
a
it
better.
wasn't early. It was.
Oh,
It
wasn't
wasn't early.
early?
No, it wasn't early.
Okay. So when was
I
that?
already, had, tore down the house. Yeah, it was.
Oh, so
Yeah.
okay. Well, that goes to my next stand. Sometimes
Right.
you have to go through it to grow through it.
Right.
Like,
Right.
okay,
It
next
wasn't. Yeah.
stand.
It wasn't. I would identify certain problems and certain things I was doing, and but I had a lot of other issues that was going on with me, and but once I woke up and realized the things that I was um hooraying for, and the things that you get caught up in, and then
Right.
dealing with addiction, and dealing with going to therapy and all that stuff, and I come to realize, okay, now it's time for me to gather myself. I need to boss up and do what I have to do so I can be that father, that husband, that friend, that everything that
Right.
you should be. So this all comes with time and growth and everything.
Okay. You're absolutely right. And
Because
I
at
love
the end
that
of the
though.
day,
Love
I
that.
ain't mean to cut you out, but at the end of the day, everything, to me, just my opinion, everything should be done for a purpose. Just out there, it depends on your age. You depend on what age group we talking about. When
Right.
you in your 30s, your mid 30s, late 30s and 40s, we talking about, family and settling down, and if it's blending families, or like you spoke on earlier, whatever it is, the end game should always be, to some people, how I'm looking at it, a husband, wife, your kids, the families coming together, with the different in-laws on each side, and everybody having a thriving relationship.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And I also think that happily ever after looks different for everybody too. So I like to share what that is. I like people to share that with me, what their happily ever after looks like, so I can help them find it. Right. Because everyone's different. Everyone's different. But I do think it's important, like you said, like to know what issues that you had or what role you played in how things went wrong. Own up to that and then just grow through it. Don't allow it to eat you up. You just you gotta grow through it. You gotta grow through it.
A
So
lot of people, even in my situation, a lot of people we are rather not face ourselves because I can remember that I had prayed all the time, and because I didn't grow up in a family setting.
mhm,
The husband, wife, or the mother, father, and the kids. I
right,
didn't grow up in that, and I always wanted it. And I remember that I prayed about it, and I had it right. I had the whole family dynamic, and I jacked it off. Yeah, I jacked it. It was. I jacked it off, and I remember that day going into the restroom and and just you know checking myself.
right,
And so I wasn't I could say in the beginning, the initial, I was I wasn't even upset that she left. I really wasn't. I was hurt, but I wasn't upset
right.
because I knew, because hell, I wouldn't even. I don't even, I couldn't even. Man, I was terrible. But anyway,
As I said, we live and we learn.
yeah. So once again, let everybody know how they can contact the Queen of Love, how you can potentially help them find a mate, how we can make sure we got this database so that it can grow, so we can have potential, so you can have, I apologize, potential, clients in there. So do you deal with out of town clients? Do you deal with people that's, cross state? He probably be in Texas and she's in California, or in
Absolutely,
Seattle
I
and they
do.
in, North
Yeah.
Carolina. How does it go?
So one of the questions I ask is if the potential client is open to long distance. A lot of people are finding that in this pandemic, because they can't go anywhere, they are open to meeting other people and seeing where that goes. They're open to maybe traveling when things get better or what have you.
Right.
Now, I do want them to keep an open mind, because if you've been single in your place of residence for 10, 15 years, and you're coming to me for guidance and you're saying that you're not open to relocation or you're not open to long distance, I'm going to question that a little bit.
Right.
Like, why not? You think your
Right.
husband or wife is right there where you're at, but you're having issues after all these years? Let's talk about how that looks. So, I work with clients all over the US, and I have matchmakers that I know really well all over the US. Meaning, if you are looking for someone in Dallas, or you're looking for someone in New York or Los Angeles or Atlanta, what have you, chances are I have a matchmaker that I can reach out to. Like, who is in your database? This is my client, this is what they're looking for, this is what they're hoping to find. How can
Right.
you help with that? Right. My database is immense. It's also growing rapidly and continuously, and I'm really grateful for that. However, there's no limits to where I will reach out to find a potential match for my clients. So again, the best way to reach me, just so you can see everything that I have to offer, is my website, nyaloveanddating.com. That's N as in Nancy, Y as in Yankee, A as in Apple, NYA. And what that stands for is not your average, because I am not your average love and dating services company. I truly care about what I do. Not to say that other people don't, but I do take an in-depth look at your past, your present, and your future to try to help me determine exactly the type of mate that you need by your side. So I am committed to doing so.
What makes you stand out? What's your thing?
Yeah,
They probably didn't hear it earlier. We got some new people on. What
that's
makes you
fine.
stand out?
So I care a lot, and I have really in-depth conversations with people. I don't like to leave stones there's no stone that I am going to leave unturned. I'm going to ask the questions that I feel is really important, right? We're going to talk about mental health. We're going to talk about your past relationships. We're going to talk about your current dating. I even mentioned topics about sex. I want to know on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being really passionate missionary and 10 being anything goes, I'm open for whatever, maybe even toys. Where do you fall? Because if I were to put somebody together that's at a 9 with someone that's at a 3, that's not going to be very compatible, because she's going to want to
People
try
be
all this
lying.
extra stuff and he be what do you mean people, I mean people lie in general, right?
Yeah,
But when it
but
comes to my,
people, we.
no, go ahead, say what you have to say. I'm curious as to
You're
what you.
right. People need to be straight up and honest about that. But once again, people definition and understanding of um, the 1 to 10 scale, you know, 10 it probably be, I don't know whatever the 10 is, a lot of people, yeah,
Kind of
I'm
actually free and open, like with your partner, you're just open to trying new things. It does, you don't really have very many limits in the bedroom. So
your openness probably be counter wax on my back or something, you know. But I'm somebody else. That's what I'm saying. I think me, I'm just, just talking. I think that, one thing I have learned though, I'm gonna say this before I say what I have to say. One thing I have learned, you have to make sure that your mate, what I have learned personally, you have to make sure your mate understands and trusts you before we can go into these different other levels,
I
and
agree.
you can be
Trust is a big thing.
right, you can be open and willing. She or he can be open and willing, but if you have a history or if you have a problem with infidelity, I know she will withhold herself from going there because of the potential of the spread of you know diseases and different things. But the thing about it is that's people need to be understanding when that topic is coming up, to understanding that hey, you know you dashing water on me in the bed is not no damn 10, you know it ain't,
Yeah, it's
you
different for
know
everybody, but this just gives me a general, like, and I asked this about being in a committed relationship, and again, this just gives me a generalized idea of where they fall,
so do we
right?
need to see this before we get into a committed relationship? I'm not just talking about with your service, we just talking right now, to
Mhm.
the queen of love. Do you feel that this stuff needs to be understood and actively talked about before we get into a commitment? Because they say finance, sex, and those are the top two out of the three things that lead into breakups and the divorces.
Yeah, well, I think it's important to address, yes, as someone that you're wanting to build a future with. However, it's all a level of trust, right? Like you want to make sure that you both are comfortable sharing these things with each other, right?
Right.
And it has to be open and honest. That I can't stress that enough. Like be open, be honest. If it's someone that you're really trying to build with, that you really want to forever with, why not be open and be honest? It's really so simple and people make it so complicated, but it really doesn't have to be. I know that being vulnerable sometimes is difficult, especially for men. Men don't like being vulnerable at all. Women,
What
they
you
don't
mean by vulnerable?
vulnerable, open, saying like when you're really talking about your emotions and how you feel. Women love to hear how a man truly feels, but some men don't want to express it because they're like, "Oh, I don't want to come off like I'm being too mushy, or maybe I'm going to be perceived this way." But we want to know how you're feeling. We
But
want that
that's
to be communicated.
isn't that a part that I'm just asking a question. Isn't that something that um was mainstream? I'm not saying mainstream in the social media world, but I'm just saying in the different communities around different households. Wasn't that something that was looked down upon? If men was to be open, they show their sensitive side, they show their vulnerability, then the next thing you know, I'm called soft. I'm too sensitive. I'm called all these different names, but you say you want to know everything about me. You want to know what moves me, but when I show that side of myself, now is derogatory terms used towards me because I'm being what you asked me to be.
Yeah, I think it's all about the approach, right? Um, and don't come off too much. Like don't show that you care, but don't overwhelm the person. Like don't like just flutter with oh and this and that and this and that. It's the way you do it. It's the way you do it. And also, I will say that if that woman, if you are being yourself and you're being vulnerable, and she's not acknowledging that, and she's over here calling you soft, then she might not just be the woman for you. You want a woman that's going to accept you for who you are. It's okay to be vulnerable, and you want a woman that's going to appreciate that and not throw it in your face with an insult, right?
Right.
That goes the same way goes for men,
It is.
men and women, you know. But like I know it's a thing with men specifically when it comes to vulnerability. But again, the right one will appreciate and reciprocate. The right one for you will appreciate and reciprocate, right? You don't want to be with someone that makes you feel like you can't express yourself. There's no fun in that. What's the
Right.
point?
Right.
So
So I have
yeah.
a question for you, Miss Sonia Edwards. She say my thing is how do you know that the person is your mate? Cause nowadays people fake in order just to make it in life.
Okay. You have to have a conversation. You have to have a conversation. If you, so you said her name was Sonia?
Sonia Edwards.
Okay. Hello, Miss Edwards, Sonia. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are talking to a man or gentleman and you have to ask yourself how you know that they're your partner or your mate, ask them directly, have that conversation. If they're like, oh, I thought we were just gonna kind of have fun, you already know that's not what you're looking for. It sounds like you're looking for something more, stable, right? Some commitment. So ask him directly, have that conversation with him, and just pay attention to how he responds to you. If he starts kind of changing the subject or is like, oh, I thought we were just having fun. No, no, sir, we were not having fun. I wanted a relationship. I wanted commitment. That will tell you everything you need to know. Make sure that he's answering the question. He's being genuine in his answer and he's not swaying away from it. He's not just sweeping it under the rug. Pay attention to how he addresses these serious topics that mean something to you. That will tell you everything you need to know. If he starts acting like it's not a big deal or he doesn't really want a commitment, you already know that's not the man for you, especially if you want something more stable. Don't waste your time on him. If you need to question, oh, are we together or not? Ask him, see how he responds, move accordingly. If he's like, you know what, I'm glad you said that. I've been meaning to talk to you. I do want to be with you in a committed relationship, or I want to move forward. I'm interested in getting to know you more. These are all key words that shows you that,
Right.
okay, thank you, sir. Because women and men, we both want to feel that the person that we are vibing with is in it to win it. Like you're here with me. We're in this together. That's
Right.
what everybody wants, that peace of mind. So
So
that's how
that's
you know.
that's in the that's when we moving from the dating arena to the exclusiveness.
Correct. Because you're having that conversation. You just have to make sure you're on the same page. Because a lot of men and women will sit there in situationships thinking that it's heading a certain way, not knowing their partner thought it was just all fun and games. Like, oh, I just thought we were dating. I didn't think this was serious. No, I wanted something serious. Have that conversation. Let them know what's up.
Can I know this is can I know this is my wife in 30 days?
Some people know, some people don't.
Do you believe in that?
I don't think that love it should be measured in time. I think
Right.
that you can meet someone tomorrow that you felt like you've known your whole life. And there's
Right.
people that you've known for 15, 20 years. Oh, what that this kind of behavior? I didn't know you at all. Where did this
Right.
come from?
Right.
Right. So it all depends on energy and vibes and communication, right?
Right.
Communication is key for everything. Communication and compromise. I will always say that.
Why we always compromise?
I
The
think both
men,
parties need to compromise. I
huh?
think both of them need
But
to.
the men always sacrificing more just to.
I don't know. I don't know if I agree with
Yeah, yeah.
that. I
We
don't know.
sacrifice so much just to make this thing go. You know
See, but
that
you feel like
even it goes unnoticed. You know, it goes unnoticed that we sacrifice so much to make. You know,
that just means that you feel unappreciated. If you're feeling like you're sacrificing too much, you're feeling unappreciated. You need to go back to your partner and say, you know what? I feel like I've been giving too much. Let's talk about this. Because it might be that she feels the same. You don't know that until you have that conversation.
right,
You should never feel like it's a sacrifice, right? No one should ever feel that way. Not you per se, but people in
right,
general. If you feel like you're overly giving all the time, not getting back in return, Open your mouth and have that conversation with your partner and give them reasons. This is why I feel this way. This has been a constant thing. What do you think? Because I don't want to feel this way anymore. I want to feel like we're in this together, right? Have that conversation. A lot of problems in relationships and marriages can just be squashed if they open their mouths and have a conversation. These conversations are not always going to be pleasant. It's not a
Yeah, but I
joyride.
think they need to be respectful. I don't. I think
Exactly.
they need to be. They need to come in a form where you have to understand that regardless, it's still a way that I can be wrong in what I did, but it still is a respectful way that we need to approach this thing.
I
You
agree.
know, you just can't come cussing and calling me out my name and thinking I'm not fin to come back and in a defensive form.
Right. You
I
have to
still gotta,
respect.
I still gotta hold on now. I still had some pride. I still got some respect about myself. Yeah, I messed up, but it's still a way that you need to, come at me. Like,
Right.
we ain't gonna do that today. Private tomorrow, but not today.
Yeah, I think it's important for both people to have respect for one another. Period.
Even
Period.
doing, even doing some challenging.
Yeah, heated arguments, heated conversations, what have you. Yes, always respect each other. Always respect each other. Whether you see eye to eye or not, respect each other.
Right.
That's important.
Yeah. So hey, this Mississippi vibes with Bert. I have the Queen of Love with me. Um, hey, a dating service. She's doing that. She's helping. She's trying to bring black love back. So don't ignore it. You have tried different sources, resources. You have been listening to your homegirls and your partners, and they happy. You not happy. So it's time to get the extra gossip out your membrane and try something
Something
new.
new. Yeah, try something
Hit
new.
hit her up, NYA, and she gonna have that consultation with you. I she's a good girl. She's doing a lot of things that is I know a lot of people haven't thought about or figure they need a dating service. Sometimes you need something. If it hasn't been working your way in the way that you say that this how mama, auntie, this how dad and uncle did it, and you
Mhm.
still in unhealthy relationships, let's
Right.
try something new. She
That's
got
all
it
I
for
ask.
you.
Try something new.
Say it again.
I love talking to that's all I ask is you try something new. Because everyone gets really comfortable with what they've been doing, but sometimes what you're doing isn't working for you. So I just want to offer another solution. I just want to offer another solution. Just be of service. So I do urge them to do a matchmaking consultation with me today if they are single, serious, and searching for love. I would love to assist.
What if they what if they coming out of an entangle what if they coming out in entanglement and they trying to move in a different a different direction?
Yeah, so I mean, I prefer not to work with people that are in entanglement. I mean, coming out of it, how does that look like though? We'd have to again have a matchmaking consultation because that's the hour that I take to fully assess who you are, what you've been through, and where you're headed. I have to know these things. So I do encourage them to reach out. There are no guarantees I'll be able to assist, just depending upon where you are in your entanglement. I
Right.
have no issues.
When I talk about entanglement, some people are in a legal separation. Some
I
people are
understand. No,
uh,
single, not legal separation. I need you to be
oh,
divorced
they're
or
single,
widowed,
single.
perfectly fine. Single,
Right.
single.
We put some words together as black folk. We hear some double negatives in a minute.
Right.
Instead of be rolling. But yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? It's good. Hey, if and another thing, then I'm gonna let her go out with it. If you haven't heard, if you miss my virtual grand opening for Burt Robinson Inspires, please go to my website at burtrobinsoninspires.com. Everything is on there. Same thing. I have a free consultation for you. We can sit down and talk. My life has and was. It was on a roller coaster until I got myself together. I realigned myself with God. Um, Therapy, counseling, I went through, went through that for some months, for some times. I came back to loving and respecting myself so I can love and respect everyone that was around me. I can love and respect my family. So if you need to get past any roadblocks in your life, I can help you do that. And men also, this is something that we don't talk about as men. I done did the research, I done went through it. Men, there's a lot of stuff that we dealing with that happened to us in our childhood, you know, and it and that what happened to you has led to a lot of failure in life. It can be, you were sexually abused as a child. As a man, it's not your fault. It's okay. Holler at me. I got you. I'm here to help you through that. If it's dealing with any type of relationship things and couples things, I can help you through that. And once I help you through that, I'm gonna send you to my girl so she can hook you up, the Queen of Love. She can hook you up with your match so you can have your forever after, your best friend and blase this, blase that. But check me out. Also, if you need any type of inspirational speech at a college, high school, junior high, I got you. I got you covered. Um, BertRobinsonInspires.com. Go through there. The website will walk you through everything that I have going on. That's me. I'm turning back over to the Queen of Love so she can once again tell you about herself, what she has going on, and how she's able to help you to find your love.
Thank you so much, Bert. I appreciate that. So I just want to conclude by saying that yes, if you want to check me out, nyaloveanddating.com. I'm gonna give you all the information you need. If you just have some general questions, there is a contact session as well that you can click on and then ask me whatever question comes to mind. I'm here for you and I'm here for it. I love you all. I'm wishing you nothing but love and happiness. And just stay true to yourself. If you want something in life, don't be afraid to go for it. And make sure that you are speaking and living in your truth. You deserve happiness just as much as anyone else. That's really all I have to say. I do thank everyone for tuning in. This has been great. And I hope that each and every one of you enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to go ahead and sign off then, Bert, and give you to everyone else, unless you have anything else
No,
to say.
I thank you so much for
My
your
pleasure.
time. I thank you for this opportunity. And hey, we go do some magical work together. And I see you and hit you up later.
Okay, that
All
sounds
right.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
All right. Take care.
You too.
Hey, yeah, I'm back. So check this out. I want to understand. BertRobinson.com. Check me out on your website. If you know your child, yourself, there's a lot of stuff that's going on that's been happening with the pandemic. There's a lot of things that's been going on with your life. It's okay. It's cool. Reach out. Go to my site. Got different discounts that going on for first time clients. Um, you can see my calendar. I have things open. Working every day, helping people, inspiring people. That's what it's about right now. I'm just inspiring you to get past your roadblocks. I'm here and just hit me up. We can talk. Money, don't let money be the issue to stop you from getting the necessary help that you need in life. Like I was talking to several clients last week that was having problems, with their boys. And I posed a real life question. Would you rather spend this money with me, or would you rather give it to a lawyer and your child still get 5, 10, 15 years? and incarceration. So we need to start putting the proper value on things in life. And that's what it's all about. So check me out, BurtRobinson.com. BurtRobinsonInspires.com. I apologize. On Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. You can hit me up. We're Facebook friends. You can hit me up there. But go to the website, book your free consultation, and we can move on from there. But I will. So I thank you for joining in for Mississippi Vibes with Bert tonight. I will be back at 7:30. I'm having a reading night. If you have any little ones that need to be tucked in with a nice book tonight, I'm coming back with my reading night with Be True Outreach, the outreach program out of Memphis, Tennessee. So I will see you. That's starting in 23 minutes. I will see you then. You know, y'all take care of this bird. See you later. Thank you for joining me. Peace.